Welcome to Gem Collectors with Shawn. I am Shawn, and hopefully all of you have rediscovered the show and enjoyed watching 3 other shows within that short period of time. And now back on track. And I thank all of you for all of your patience. I got a lovely note from Miss Sarah, who has filled in so wonderfully in Susan's place and certainly deserved a wonderful vacation, an exotic one that she got. And so, you know, in the same time, we were the whole company, think about this, the whole company, everyone was switching over to a additional address, a new address, I guess, gemshoppingnetwork.com. So that created a lot of, well, obviously, it affected every little corner of the company when you've been one email address in so many ways for almost, well, 25 plus years. So, yeah, all right. But you're there, I'm here, you've rediscovered me. We have comments again, and we're going to get back to trivia again. Now, there were about a week and a half worth of comments that were just lost in cyber world. So just if I don't read that comment, it's because it's not available to read. And that's just the way it was explained to me. And it's like, you know, I know when IT tells me that there's just, as far as my language versus theirs, we'd be talking 2 separate things. So I just go, uh-huh. I just nod my head and say, yep. Especially when it's someone so wonderful as Aaron, who really knows his stuff about that. And I worked with Aaron when he was in inventory. So it was neat to see when the IT guy comes down. I mean, we got a lot of employees here. And it's someone you know. And it's like, oh, yeah, I know you. Good deal. Fix me up. And he did. So, yeah. All right. Now, let's get to the comments. I was just thinking of anything else I needed because I'm a little rusty about this comment thing. All right, let's go. First, we start off with Miss Cindy in Pennsylvania. I like it because a lot of you sent test messages as well, and I did that myself. So, hello, Rock family. Very much enjoyed the show this week. Of course, we all do. Great specimens and information. Sending good vibes and good luck on your truck and on keeping your current home. You know, when I read that, fighting for my house right now seems like such a personal issue. It's like, I guess I just talk to all of you like you are my family. And that's kind of nice in one way, but then it's kind of like bearing my soul in another. But, you know, if you put out the vibes and, you know, you manifest things. And Asif actually was one to help me understand that in a sense of creating, and if I had time, how he bought his home for his family is one of the most incredible stories. It's a lengthy one, but it is so worthwhile to hear how something that would seem so impossible to be able to get, something that would be outside of what your dreams would be, would allow. Your dreams may want it, but reality wouldn't. And to make it happen and the way he did it, wow. Which brings me to a quote in here that we'll get to that really is appropriate to really the situation and everything in life. So thank you for that great wish. Trivia. Now, we have no winners for the trivia because, of course, we're kind of lost. I don't know who was able to have access to what. So we're still going to do correct answers and whatnot for it, but there just won't be a prize because you know me, got to be kind of fair. And, you know, in the end, if someone says that fairness was my downfall, I guess I'll take that to the grave and my way up there, not down there. Hopefully that's, you know, bought me a couple of goodie points to go in that direction instead of any other. But, yeah. You can't always run a successful jewelry store if you're just always too fair. I noticed there's just that thing that profit's kind of necessary, you know? Tough about about that. All right, rhodolite garnet is 30% almandine and 70% pyrope. That is correct. One of the questions was, and actually I don't even know, I don't have my sheet where the questions were, but I know the question was to the effect of what percent do they consider rhodolite garnet usually to be, and what two garnets are involved in having a rhodolite, what two varieties. And so that's the almandine garnet, which is considered the iron garnet, and 70% pyrope, which is considered the magnesium garnet. Devonian period is known as the Age of Fish and was named after Devonshire, England. That is correct. Everybody enjoy your holiday weekend and waning days of summer. Cindy in South Central Pennsylvania. And the specimen of the week is the Arkansas Quartz. Always a great choice, that beautiful Arkansas Quartz. Miss Cindy goes on to say, hello, Rock family. Sending to test, no trivia this week, just to say hi. Fave of the week is Gabby's Opal ornament. Have a great week. I agree with you. That Opal ornament was amazing. And the picture of the actual opal, I think I might have shown everybody that, oh, that's right, I did show everybody on the comparison, was really quite amazing. The actual opal, and then for her to capture opal, even when you talk to the, like the Van Pelts, they go back away. So some of you may not know the Van Pelt work in mineral photography and gemstone photography. They're kind of more my generation, but actually most of you maybe do know as well. But you see so many of these other new names to these great photographers. But the Van Pelts were amazing, and still are as far as I know. And they were one of the early ones to be able to actually learn how to capture the beauty of an opal, which is truly still one of the hardest gems there is to photograph. Miss Peggy, dearest friends, I have to be quick this week because we took a stay-at-home vacation to work on our floors. The house is pure chaos right now. Oh, I can imagine anything with floors would be. Lots of questions this week. I think she references the questions to the trivia. Rhodolite is made up of almandine and pyrope. Extra credit was 30% almandine. Correct. Devonian period is considered the age of fishes. Extra credit, you asked a question when you were showing the apophyllite and helidite geode regarding the minerals found on the back side of the piece. The green was selenite and the white was garnetite. Very, very good. Please send strength. My back is killing me. Find my joy, Peggy says. Aw, Peggy being a little down, we send all of our good vibes to you, Peggy, just as you have sent them back to us when we were in need. And, you know, that's one doctor that all of you want me to see doctors that you can guarantee I go to every month is a pain specialist for my back that is the facet joints. That's the little pin joints that come out of the vertebrae. And because I have been sitting for 50 years now, either behind a bench grinder or a faceting machine, a goldsmith's bench, a wax carver's bench, a engraver's bench. That's all I've done. And then later in life, here for the last 14 years, I've sat behind, you know, this a set doing the live show, which of course your body's always tensed up in a live show, and even in this show. After the show, my back hurts extra. And it's funny, you can't see it right now, but we just had a conversation about the chair I'm sitting in. I said, oh, this chair hurts my back so much. So, you know, wonderful, wonderful day. They got out one of these big, I don't know what you call them, but you can find them at the moving storage places, those big, soft things you can wrap your furniture in, but they also work, apparently, for sound, like egg cartons. I remember, this is a side story, but I remember my younger brother, who ended up to be a great musician and owned a huge recording studio in his life. But I remember when he and I shared a room together when we were teenagers. First thing he did to our room, and remember he's my younger brother, but he was pretty cool, was take egg cartons. And he plastered the egg cartons up all over the bedroom. And, you know, he was creating his studio. And so anyway, these happen to work well for that. But they also happen to work really great. Dave folded one up and put it in the gap between my lumbar, my lower back, and the back of the chair. And I just had to say, wow, this is heaven, heaven at Gem Shopping Network. Because why didn't I do that 4 years ago? It certainly made such a difference. And you can't see it, but it's back there. And I feel you there, Miss Peggy. So I'm sending you vibes so that your back recovers and that you don't feel it. Bob, welcome to not only the comments, but I have a feeling that you've probably been watching the show, but haven't chimed in. But I do have your message. Now, regarding those diamond parcels, and we can talk about this, you don't have to worry about it because I set things aside. I mentioned that if anybody was interested, I had another parcel. Now, you might have heard it a little incorrectly. I don't have 3 more parcels. I have 1 parcel of 3 more stones. So I said if anyone was interested in that, those 3 stones match the first 3. So I will set those aside, and the reason why everything is inventoried separately, so if someone wanted another parcel, I have to create a new item number for it or put it into the computer system, and why it didn't show there were any others. But it is doing it that way assures that if you want that one other parcel, because maybe you needed 3 and not just 1. So let me know if you want the one that's available, 1 parcel of 3 more stones. And that one was the one for sale, but I'll see if I can't do it at the same sale price for you. So let me know. I'll create a item number for it, and it'll be set aside for you. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll see if I can't use the same item number and put it in the system and just have it notated. And that's what's so great about the little micro world of this show is in. It's the same wonderful core people that have been doing the show for 250 plus shows. So it's not like I have to tell 3 different or 4 different people in inventory to set this aside for you. It's just one person, wonderful Kevin that we work with, or Christy. And that way no one else will get the parcel accidentally. It'll be set aside for you. But let me know that you still want them, knowing that there's only 1 more parcel of 3 stones. And sorry for any confusion if you thought there was 3 more. And at least I know that someone realizes just what a great deal those diamonds were. And I think Bob certainly knows what an opportunity and price-wise and otherwise that those stones were. And I could never, ever replace them at that price. But like I said, 6 matching stones like that is if you need them, it's wonderful to be able to get matched ones easy and at a price less than. They would probably be more like $700 or $800 a carat versus what less than I think 400 or so a carat or whatever it was. So let me know, Bob, just in the comments, and I'll be able to take care of you from there. Hello, Rock Family. Miss Cindy says, thank you for your responses to comments on the past shows, Shawn. I have sent multiple emails to the various shows in the past 3 weeks. So if you have multiples from me, I apologize. I actually didn't and don't, but I may not have gotten the email at all. So I do again apologize for that. I was kind of getting worried that you had disappeared into the mountains on us. Oh, that would be kind of fun. Looking forward to the next show. Everyone take care and be safe out there. Cindy in South Central Pennsylvania. Fave of show number 251, which was last week's show, was the Afghan Lapis. Lazuli. Yes, ma'am. That piece was beautiful. And if I would have done my cheesy spray, shiny paint over them, or that wonderful stuff that that Harry mentioned, then it would look even more amazing. It would give it that wet look, and that's what those things do. But I loved the odd shape to that piece of lapis, and like I said, for you fluorescent lovers, it would certainly fulfill your fluorescent wonders because that one completely switched from yellow to orange depending on long wave or short wave. I mean, it was the most, I guess the greatest yellow to orange color shift, just switching between short wave or long wave, of any specimen I've ever seen. Calcite, depending on what other minerals are involved in it, whether there's, manganese or whatnot, can react totally different. It could be just solid red. It can be just solid orange, or it cannot fluoresce at all. But for that one to switch from yellow to orange, I have never had a specimen that did that so well as that one. Okay, so we have Mr. Anthony in Massachusetts. Hello, all. Okay, all straightened out. I just remembered seeing 2 different dates on one of the shows, then didn't see the next show till the next weekend. Anyway, congrats on the 250 shows. 250 great, educational, inspiring, uplifting, funny, cool stuff to buy, and not to mention free stuff. I couldn't lay off the Triplite parcel. I was wondering just how low I had to go on that Triplite, especially for you, Mr. Anthony, who found that amazing facet grade 41-point finished weight Triplite. And I have no doubt that you're not going to find even something better. And remember, Triplite is considered one of those stones that is commonly, more so than not, included. So even if you have a stone that's 2 or 3 carats and has some flaws, even if it's to where it's kind of like grandidierite kind of flaws, which I always said if there's such a thing as a type 4 gemstone, that's what grandidierite should be called. But Triplite, the same thing. That's how common more inclusions than not are in it. But don't hesitate to cut a larger stone and to have more inclusions in it. That would be expected, and still it would be a great, fantastic look to the stone. I also scored the androdite. Great opportunity there. He says in Rock and Gem this month, interesting article, specifically Herkimer diamonds. Interesting read also on the radioactive article. Check them out. I will, and I have not yet, and I shall on the new issue. And like I said, to any of you, if you want to branch out or step out to minerals that have a radioactive signature, I'll put it that way, because they're not like glow-in-the-dark radioactive kind of thing, but there is a lot of fun to collecting those type of minerals, and almost all of them are below any kind of safety level that you would run into, but it's really neat to be able to prospect with a Geiger counter, and also to check and see the current minerals that you have. You'll be surprised how many have some type of radioactive signature, and it's very easy to have. All they have to do is sit near a phosphate deposit, or and that's how I tell whether megalodon teeth are from Florida, which could be anywhere from Sarasota County, the Gulf States, to the Mayaca River area, or whether they're from the Cooper River area of South Carolina. The Florida teeth have a radioactive signature to them because of the extensive phosphate beds. The highest point in Florida, especially in middle South Florida, are the remnants of phosphate mining, because they actually have to get to the layer of phosphate that is not radioactive, because because of potassium-40 involved, they often will become radioactive, and so it often forms in a layer. So those of you that have been in Florida, and I'm sure you've wondered, what in the world? I know when I was a little boy, I remember wanting to climb to the top of that pile of that big dirt. Well, I now know that would be a bad idea, because that is the overburden. That is the material And I know that they're running around with Geiger counters there because they have to go to the layer where it's not. And but that's what those big mounds of white dirt are in Florida, is from phosphate mining. And I can't imagine that they're not digging up, though, fossils and other really interesting specimens in with all that material. I just know there has to be, calcites and other whatnots. But so like I said, you'll be amazed at what items. So if anybody is interested in anything like that, just let me know, and I can bring in some really, really neat and unusual minerals that that you won't have in your collection that have that rate. And the fun thing is though to have the Geiger counter, because that's really adds to the fun. And then you'll be going around the whole house, and you'll be going down to the basement checking for radon, which you can absolutely do it with those, and other. All it takes is some rare earth elements, and they're a lot more common than you think for it to trigger a signature that's higher than the ambient signature around you. So anyway, oh yeah, I have those too. I just haven't brought them in because we have to explain all that. I actually have Econite. If you ever want a gemstone, faceted gemstone that is, yeah, it's Econite. And I remember asking that question in my live show that I did for 9 years on Monday A show, which was 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. 9 years. No other time slot. 9 years in that time slot. And I remember towards the end of that period of time, me asking that I had Econite, and that it was a collector's gemstone for a very unusual and rare reason. And if anyone was interested in purchasing one, to go ahead and research it first and learn about it, and then I'd bring one in and show it. And I said, it's really for responsible collectors only. And that's the way I worded it. I didn't get a single request. Yeah, well, yeah, this one didn't have Econite doesn't have a signature like radon or some of the zircons and all, or shark's teeth or anything like that. No, it's CPM, counts per minute. Signature is beyond the level that you would ever want to wear it, put it that way. But it is absolutely a rare, wonderful collector's stone. And right now it is sitting in a malachite box inside of another box, inside of a bag, inside of a box, inside of another box and bag, and inside of another. Miss Ursula says, Shawn, hello, and happy to see that your last videos were getting posted. Miss Penny's heartfelt comment was just the lift I had needed, and I thank her for her encouraging words. How sweet. I am glad to mention that my writing skills were being passed on to my granddaughter, Megan, and she is in the process of completing her first screenplay. Cool. It can't get much better than that, and I agree with you, Miss Ursula, there. Tell her congratulations. And, that's the start of, I hope, many more for her, because it already sounds like, that sounds like her passion, and she will succeed, be successful, and I'll be able to say, I know somebody that knew her. That's her grandmother. Rhodolite garnets are definitely on my favorite. They consist of alumine, 30%, and pyrite. What a mix. Are you sure Miss Raven was not aware that one of her trilobites, a.k.a. Fred, had gone astray? And when I read that to her this morning, she said, I'm well aware. And yeah, she knows where all of her Freds and Fred's cousins and uncles and aunts are. Yes, she said. Well, that fossil certainly displayed a distinctive look. Yeah, it did. Trilobites were first found in England at the town of Devonshire, and hence the name Devonian Age, which is also known as the Age of Fishes. Well done on getting those answers, Miss Ursula. Let's see. She goes on to say, stay strong and continue to be positive. According to James Redfield, who authored in 1993 a novel called The Celestine Prophecy. Nothing in life happens by chance. Sincerely, Miss Ursula. Yeah, and I read that to Raven this morning, and she goes, I read that book. And I remember when that came out, it was really, really popular and suggested reading. I never did read it, but I always wanted to. And it was read by a lot of the kind of the metaphysical crowd and whatnot, and some really good reading from what I understand in that book. And I need to understand that nothing in life happens by chance, and believe and have faith in that, and that would probably give me some comfort. So many times I have struggled against what I think I'm supposed to do, and I fight it. I fight the direction that life is taking me, and only to find that, you know, my mom used to say, let go, let God, only to find that no matter what I tried to do otherwise, I always wound back up where I was supposed to be to start with. And so over the decades, I'm still learning to listen to that little small voice my mom always said, you know, your guide. And I'd be better off. I'd save time from fighting it. So thanks for that, Miss Ursula, and for reminding me about that book and that quote, because that's something to believe in and to give one peace. Hello, Shawn, Raven, Asif, Dave, GSN crew, and fellow rockhounds. This is from Miss Penny. Thank you again for a couple of great back-to-back shows. Thanks for the fabulous gifts for both Mahali and myself. His mouth just dropped to the floor. He loved the white dish you showed the shark teeth in, so I had to find something similar. And we put them in the dish on the coffee table. Let me show you. This is what I told Raven. It's like, oh man, I would have sent one with it to give him one. This is probably what I think she was referring to, that I put those shark's teeth in. So he liked that. Remember, he's our youngest member of the family at 11 now, or so, I think. As for the necklace, now remember, she had Penny won the trivia, and along with it, as really just part of a gift, we gave him a corded necklace with a shark tooth, a wire wrap shark tooth on it. As for the necklace, he said he was never taking it off. And he got the orthoceras you had previously given him and the trilobite I had bought him and put them all on. He's another Raven. I read that to Raven, and she really liked that. I finally went through my wish list last week, and obviously everything except one was gone. I don't like that. I want everybody to get what they want. I got the Pakistani double terminated green sphenin matrix piece. After that, it took a while and going back through several shows to find an available red zircon, but I finally did. Now I have the Pakistani 4. I love that. Miss Barbara is going to be forever given the credit for that quote to cover the 4 amazing minerals that I bought the flats of, which include, of course, triplite, which was not a flat, but it was actually, it came in waves, but it was all the production of this one miner. And I pretty much got, I think, I'm sure they might have high-graded the best stuff, but I think I did really well in being able to acquire what I did, especially since you can't get any of it now. Well, and poor Pakistan, 1/3 of the country flooded. Can you imagine? Have you seen any of the video footage of that? Bless those people's heart. Wow. How do you even, everything from the cholera and the diseases and, you know, the women who are pregnant that have to deliver or even get to the hospital, 1/3. If you ever look at the topography of it, you can see how that can happen and how the water could sit and not drain off. So, yeah. So that's why I'm glad on the Pakistani minerals to be able to acquire any of those now. You know, if I was really smart and had money, I wouldn't sell any of them. I just keep them all. They can do nothing but go in one direction, in my opinion. So she also got the Russian Heliodor. That's cool because I'm at the end of those. A Bitonite parcel. Wow, those were so inexpensive. It'd be silly not to, especially the facet grade quality that those Bitonites were. And an aqua crystal, the one with the other aqua crystal growing on. I know exactly the one. Exactly the one. Great choice. Now I'm working on a new wish list. Thank you again, and we wish everybody a wonderful week. See you soon. Penny and Mahali. And also, Miss Penny, thanks for the additional info. That was very, very, very interesting, and I appreciate it. Okay, so there is not a winner this week, but congrats to all of you who got the answers right, which I think was pretty much all those who participated. And we'll start fresh today. We should be able to be at the point to do that. So, okay. Let me pick out the first item I want to show, and we'll be right back to start a wonderful another episode, number 252. Be right back. Okay, let's rock and roll. You know what? Okay, so what we're doing in this show is we are going, since last week, because we were actually still in, as part of the show, setting up some things that we needed to do. So I didn't get as many sale items in as I wanted to do because all of you have been wanting me to do some big sales to take advantage of them. I am extending that. There's also items I have not featured before. So you just have to watch for those. Okay, so we're going to get to as many sale items as possible. So I love to talk about the items, but I'm going to try not to talk about them as much as I have before because I would have at some other point, even though you may not have seen them yourself. Yes, I can do those commercials where you talk really fast as a, all that legalese at the bottom, but I need to slow it down so you can understand my Southern slang. Okay, now here is, and we were just talking in a kind of a creepy way about this piece, and we found many other visual, unusual oddities in this. You know what? It reminds me of the jade carvings that the Asians do, where they put in hidden bats, hidden spiders, rats, pieces of corn, other things in these carvings, let's say of Kuan Yin. There'll be often many other hidden meanings, especially in the jadeite and nephrite pieces. By doing these kind of abstract carvings, especially they love the one of a bat because the word fu means bat, but it also means money. So, it's, same word, two different meanings, like, we have here like wood and so many others. Same thing there. So that they relate a bat as meaning to bring you good fortune and have financial success. So they incorporate that into a lot of their carvings. And I love being able to find them because often they're very, very hidden. So anyway, that's what we were kind of doing with this piece. Whether it had them hidden there or not, we created some. Basically, though, this is, sadly, an incredible piece of crystal opal that she lost her head. She lost her head. I'm actually including the stand with this, believe it or not, because if you wanted to, display it, it's wonderful. Look at the quality of this lightning-rich crystal opal. Look at how thick this is. I cannot believe this didn't sell. Look at all the color in this. This is solid fire in, one direction or another, every bit of it. Now, you can see actually where the head broke off. That's why in the description I have it only as specimen and carving rough, instead of selling it as something as a piece of carving or jewelry. We won't go into our twisted mindset as to the unusual other scenes that we found in this that either was probably by our own mind's creation as compared to intended, but fun nonetheless. All right, here we go. This is on sale, especially since you didn't buy it the first go around. I'm just going to set it there instead of taking my hand and getting all in your way. How about this? how about this, Shawn? How about this? You don't have the price. And here's where you get the real deal. Oh, or is this it? Okay, yep, I got it. Oh, my word. Okay. This, I mean, how low do you want me to go? It was already $38. I dropped it to $28. Now, as a piece of rough, what, $24? Will that work for everybody? Well, I hope so, because I don't think I can offer any less than that. That is a true sale, $24, and it comes with a cool stand. All right, next we have, now, I showed you a piece of Azurite last week, 1039 121, 1039 121. And yes, why the backdrop looks so good today compared to the other days when just Shawn has been here, it is because the Raven is winging her way around the different offices that she is wanted by everybody to work there. So anyway, nope, she's with Sam, but she set up the backdrop, which is just so much better. And those are the bigger items. They are on sale too. Let's try to get to those. All right, let me show you. Let me show you. We showed some Azurite last week, but there's no two pieces that look alike. And this is a, look at this stunning piece. This is another one that Christy in inventory had asked me about. Now I want to show you something. Okay, something unusual. All right, you see this glint that comes off at the same angle? All right, that is, can often be referred to as an epitaxial growth. And in this case, it is a reflection all on the same plane. And epitaxial is often used in creating these microchips where they are plated with a very thin coat of a crystalline material all at the same angle. So it kind of carries over to this material a little bit as well in certain cases when you have a selenite coating all at the same angle or whatnot. So this has calcite and dolomite along with the azurite, and I am kind of curious. Okay, see, there's not that reflective epitaxial reflection, or is there? Look at that. Look at that. All at the same angle. So there very well may be a real thin coating of selenite like has occurred on other specimens we've seen. Look at that. Isn't that neat? All on the same angle. A thin coating that has formed across them. Look at these large azurites. Look at these. This is what makes this specimen and should make it a lot more than the sale price that we have on it. So you have azurite. This is a common form that you see, the incredible blue, and why this blue goes back, you know, many, many, many thousands of years in use as a pigment for so many different things in ancient. Look at that. In ancient peoples. Wow, that's really neat. If you ever want a really great example of that, you can't get much better than that. So you have calcites in here, probably would fluoresce. I didn't check it out for that, but that's part of the fun that you can have as well. And then, see this other little green color down there? Wouldn't be surprised if that's some Chrysocola. All right, this piece should be expensive, as I'm just going to show you. This is the true deal. Look at this. Look at this. $128. That's what it should have been. $88. It absolutely should have been. Last price was $48, and you didn't get it at $48. Try to find a specimen with crystals like that in azurite, epitaxial growth, iron dolomite, and probably fluorescent calcite. And 40. Okay, that's fine. $38. $38, that gets the final price, and wow. If you wanted to add an incredible azurite specimen to your collection for not a lot of money, that is your opportunity right there, right there. And then again, with that very interesting reflection that it has, that deserves some investigation to see exactly what that is. Now, next, here is another oldie but goodie, and it is truly exactly that, an oldie. And let me talk to you as to why. This is item number 106722. 106722. All right, now, here we go. This is from a place called the Tri-States area. Now, the Tri-States area of the United States, so this is part of my Made in the USA collection, is the states of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri. All the mines, the tri-state mines, were closed in the 60s. So this piece already has some old history to it. Galena. Galena. All right, that's your lead ore. It is a formula of PBS, just lead and sulfur. There's also, as you can see, all these little, pyrite, okay, pyrite is FeS2. So you have an iron sulfide there, so you have sulfur as well. Then sphalerite, and in this case, ruby jack sphalerite, which is these incredible reddish crystals that here, some are very red and some are such a dark red that I will put a light on those momentarily and show you. And that is a type of sphalerite that has been referred to by the miners as ruby jack. It contains a higher iron content because sphalerite is a zinc sulfide, so ZNS. So all three of the minerals here contain sulfur. And oftentimes when you have sulfur minerals, they will create other sulfur minerals if ore is present, and you'll get that. The other thing is it was named by Pliny the Elder. So think about how long that goes. That was in the year 77. Okay, so yeah, and Galena is for lead ore. Okay, Greek for lead ore. Simple enough there, if I knew Greek. Isometric cubic system is what sphalerite will form in, and the Greek word sphaleros means treacherous, in allusion to how easy it was mistaken for galena, but yielded no lead. Yeah, that would be treacherous if you were hoping for, disappointed, hoping for some lead and didn't get it. So this piece is incredible because it is from mines that are closed. There's also some chert matrix which helps identify exactly where it came from. Now, let me show you a little more detail as we look at this. For one, you have some wonderful ore all the way around, including, you can see the red crystals. As we look at this closer, you can see all the red. Look at that. And then there's still pyrite back here, and there's still galena. So it could be a two-sided, but without a doubt, one side really shows better. Look at the galena crystals. You have some really well-formed crystals in this piece. And then as we round the corner, you can see it comes into a lot more pyrite. And then here we have the sphalerite. Now, I have shown you sphalerite from Peru that is greenish and yellow crystals, right? Well, this is from the Tri-States area, and sphalerite, of course, we know a lot of incredible gems from Spanish mines produce the wonderful orange and orange yellowish sphalerites. But something that you really haven't seen is sphalerite that is red. And when there's a higher iron content, that's the word that's the name ruby jack, is the word that they give sphalerite when it has those red color tones in them. Now, let's do a little searching for some of those. They are so, there we go. They are so saturated for the color red that it takes a really high-powered light to be able to find it. But you can see the red right there. And as we come around over here, I think there was another one. We'll search out here for a moment as we come across it. It feels like coming across a moonscape or something. Or maybe it would be Mars with the red. Here we go. Here we go. I was just doing searching in the dark, basically. Look at that crystal. Wow. I tell you what, I think that would fasten a stone right there. Might be small, but wouldn't that be cool to do? I mean, you know, pluck that off of there and cut a stone out of it. And so, as you can see, all those crystals, saturated ones, are really have a clarity to them. Oh, and a fantastic shape. Thank you, sir. I think, boom, look at that. Oh, we didn't even get to these others. But we know there's red. I just want to look at them all. I'm supposed to be going faster. All right, look at these wonderful, wonderful crystals of Galena. Now, I am really shocked that no one got this. You can see that there was some specimen preparation done here on removing, or at least I think, removing some of the material to expose a little bit more of that crystal of Galena. And wow, there is so much going on with this piece. And of course, made in the USA from mines now long since closed. Long since closed. It shows up wonderfully. Okay, here we go. I already see where I have marked this down a couple of times. What do you want it to be? Here we go, deep discount, making it $48. $48. That gets a final price as well. Because believe me, we have the Raven just saying, wow, you know, that needs to come back home. So, yeah, I understand. But remember, we're trying to save the house, darling. Okay? We need more money to do that. And so as much as y'all been holding back from buying just because you don't want to hurt Raven and, you know, you want her to be able to keep her specimens, that's not going to do us good in the long run. So you just go ahead and break that piggy bank and get to these items, because believe me, at the pricing I'm doing on them, sale price, wow, that is a conservative word. Item number 107-1022. 107-1022. Now, this guy, I can tell you that you can add to your collection, because a lot of people in the end really don't have this mineral. This piece showing up beautifully. Look at the colors. Wow. Wolfenite. Wolfenite. And Wolfenite, and this is, of course, from one of the most well-known mines for Wolfenite in the world. It is from the Red Cloud Mine, La Paz County in Arizona. And it is calcite that has been chemically removed, it appears to be, which, you know, I've done a lot. So when you see calcite that's kind of rounded like this, it is from acid etching that peels back the calcite. And it's how you often get your gold crystals without being destroyed. They peel back quartz. Of course, that's what the acid that we won't even talk about, because I don't even want even tempted to play around with that type acid. But this, you know what? You know, vinegar can remove calcite at a slower, safe rate, or just low acid material. If you really want to step it up and you have a swimming pool, you can use, well, they call it muriatic acid, but it's really still a much more scarier sounding name is hydrochloric acid, same thing. And I wouldn't recommend it on something like this necessarily. Try it until you're familiar with at the rate that it will eat carbonates, calcites, before you would want to try it on anything nice. So this is a fantastic piece because it has the classic orange color. Red color is very desirable, but it also has, look at these, the yellows on the back side. So you have the two colors, the one other one, and why they have the name, the Red Cloud Mine for Arizona, is a color that has a lot more red in it. Now, as we come actually down to this corner, the Red Cloud Mine has been known to have some other metal ores in it too, and I'm just wondering often what I give away, like, you know, something with a a block of silver in it or something. Not quite sure what that is. I'll leave it to the lucky person that gets this piece to discover what it is. Okay, so there is one of the classic and very well-defined crystals of wolfenite, giving you a good idea what it looks like. and that one as well. This is really a fantastic specimen. The calcite looks like it could be peeled back actually a little bit more if anyone is used to doing that, to be able to expose some more. And here's another interesting thing. Look at this. Look at that shape. You see that shape of that calcite? In exactly the same shape of a wolfenite. Look from above. Uh-huh. You know what's under there, don't you? I do. It's a big wolfenite crystal. And you can actually dip these halfway. Okay, if no one gets this, I'm taking it home. I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to peel it back, and then I'm going to keep it. So let's see if anybody wants to do that. And if you do, and you peel that back, and you get a big wolfenite out of there, even though I'll go, I want to see a picture of it. I want to see, because look at the shape. There, without a doubt, it's a wolfenite crystal underneath there, just waiting to be, to have its coming out party, and to show its real identity. Price on this piece, you know what, $38? Was it inexpensive enough? Yes, I have a little bit of that cynical tone to my voice. You haven't heard that in a while, right? Oh, I'm raring to go today. How about it? Okay. Here. $32, final price. And if I get it and I peel that crystal back and there's a wolfenite there, it would, well, it's already worth a good bit more than that. It's from one of the best known mine series. Okay, that's enough. I know. On to the next item. Okay, now, here was a big surprise to me, was you guys not taking advantage of, look at this, 107, 25, 22. 107, 25, 22. And I don't even know if I'm going to take this. I don't think I will. Take it out of the little, whatever, gem tube. Look at this. This is a star. Oh, I guess I will, because it's tilted and you're going to think it's not centered right. Okay. This is what is incredible. You guys wanted me to bring in a few more of those really rare, incredible pink star sapphires from Ceylon. And so I did. And then no one got this for the price that I had put on it, which was, hold on, one second. Oh, let me get this. And of course, on the back, if you ever wonder why they cut them like that, because they use the natural exterior of the crystal. So what you're looking at on the back is exactly the way it came out of the alluvial gravel. You can see the roundedness to it, so you kind of know its origin. And then look at that. That one is cut perfectly and centered perfectly, that star. 3/4 carat, 75 points. All right, now we'll just leave it there and let it spin for a moment while I debate whether this can really be marked down any more than it already has been. Goodness gracious, I tell you what, it literally, really, 75 points, and a price on it was $29. Okay, I said it was going to be a sale, so sale means cheaper than the price that it was last time. $24. $24 for 75 points, meaning that's like $30 a carat. Really? And that's, so, okay, it's really old stock. Really old stock. And needless to say, take advantage of it at that price, because it's even less than the crazy price it already was. Let me show you item 107, 32, 22. 107, 32, 22. And this is another one that is really unusual. It is a zoned Australian piece. It is a 12-ray star. How that does occur is twinning, a couple of crystals coming together and creating a two different axes. Remember, it can be rutile. It can be just the rutile lining up. to create that. Now let me show you, and hopefully you'll be able to, let me hold that up and be able to see the, oh yeah, you can easily see, what is that stuff? Is that on the stone? Easily see, actually, the 12 rays in this. I just saw them real quickly, even doing that. All right, so look at this. You can see the silver ones, and then you can see the gold rays. There we go. That's what we needed. And there, you can see, isn't that neat? They're actually two different colors and two different lengths almost. But you have the silver. This is what really makes this piece really unique, because you have the silver 6 legs, then look at the other 6 that are the golden color. Tell me that's not really cool. Yeah, that is cool. A 12 ray star. And wow. Yeah, and it's easily visible as such. That's what the back of it looks like. So you can see that it really makes a difference when you polish them, how it finishes. And all right, now, I just noticed what I saw. Okay, you guys didn't want this for $11. It's 94 points. What? Huh? Seriously? 94 points, and I priced. Why did I only charge $11 to start with? And we're going to go less than that? Well, you know what? That less than is less than. It didn't have to be too far less than. But come on, guys. How about something so cool and collectible? $10. That's it. $1 off. I mean, that should tell you just how exceptional value that piece is. That you only get $1 more discount on it than that. Now, next, this was another big surprise that none of you know how I love items that require something unusual, like my little fun type of lighting. This one came, I would have bought this if just for the little light that came with it, more than any other reason. Okay, now, you hear me struggling. I don't have the Raven at the moment. Okay, we're going to get this out of here one way or the other. We have item number 1067522. 1067522. This is one of, this actually is something you could actually see all kinds of neat different animals in. At least we did. Everything from a seal, see the rolls of fat, to a dog and whatnot. All right, this is one of those hollowed out, and I know it is, I think Miss Gabby that has one of the other ones that's hollowed out as well, that I had put a light in. Because let me show you. Okay, look, isn't that neat? Now, here's, okay, look at the shape of this, all right? So here's what and how this happens. Look at how angular the interior of this space is. So what happens is a particular type of crystal grows, and then you have this quartz that grew around it, right? Then a solution will come through, or whatever geologically will occur, to dissolve away the crystal that was inside here that the rest of this grew around. So this edge is actually probably, well, not probably, is, I call it quartz, but it's probably actually chalcedony. You actually see a couple different layers. Oftentimes the chalcedony will fluoresce. Look at how perfectly angular and shaped this is. So most likely it was a calcite crystal, which is found commonly with this material from the Reynolds County deposits. And by way of the shape, it looks like it would have been a calcite crystal. So let me remove this for the moment. This actually is almost, yeah, this sits on its own. I know I did it. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. See? Dun, 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 no hands, Mom. Sits on its own in that way, which is right on here we go. Look at this. All right, look at this light. Okay, see this? Look at this. Isn't this the coolest thing? You just pull on this. I mean, who wouldn't buy this entire piece just to get this light? So this light comes with it, and it tucks right underneath here. I am not kidding you. Is that not the coolest thing? And now Dave is going to do his magic with the light. Da, 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 da. Boom. And wow, wow. Lights it up without having to have an electrical cord or anything else, and can be one of the neatest night lights. That the battery in these things are interchangeable, and that is with no other lighting. That's just the little light inside providing that, and it is completely sits there on its own. And look, you can just sit there, and you don't even have to do anything, pick it up or anything to turn the light on and off because of that little string attached to it. So very cool. Thank you, sir. Now, I'll just take that out. This with the crystals all around it, with the hollow area that is the negative impression of where the actual original, yeah, thank you, sir, crystal was, I think is pretty neat in itself. It almost could be displayed showing that portion of it, because I think how angular that is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So, but nevertheless, the quartz as it is, look at this other side, is tremendous. Price on this was also already such a good deal. You guys, $118, which is an amazing deal to have something like that. If I exhibited that in a show environment with my little light like that as part of my sales, as part of selling it, oh my goodness, it would be sold so fast for so much more than that price. But I'll quit whining and just make it $98. It can't be any less than that, guys, okay? $98, that's a big opportunity discount for you, and I hope you take advantage of it indeed. Okay, let me clean up some of my little dust and dirt over here, and I'll be right back. All right, can be known as porcupine quartz, as well as beautiful, rare, and highly desirable quartz as well. This is from Bulgaria. It is from the Medan ore field, which literally goes back in European times. What was the year? It was like 1300, 1400. It's close to 1,000-year-old mine. And there is miles and miles of tunneling. It has produced so many different types of metallic ores and other minerals. One of them being incredible quartz crystals like this. This is really a very desirable collector's piece. Look at this. I just noticed this one quartz crystal kind of going opposite of the others. How cool is that? It looks like it's just resting. And so what is it? What you look for, look at that. It's doubly terminated. That is extremely desirable in a collector's piece. It's terminated at this end, and then, yep, you can see the complete termination at the other end. This is, look at that. You know, I don't know if I've ever really pointed that out in this specimen. You would think I would have noticed it. Look at that, perfect. See that? Look at that. Wow. I don't think I ever really did notice it. And it's got a perfect reflective surface on the very top. That really adds a lot of aesthetics and desirability to it. It's just nestled amongst them, so that crystal had to grow independently and then terminates and at each end. Very, very desirable, very cool. Now, the other thing, there's chlorite with this. Now, we know chlorite. Chlorite can be often in quartz, and where you look for it, it is going to be the little whitish inclusions, and in this case, a lot of them are towards, there we go, here's some chlorite right in this one. You have a lot of others that are towards the base of the crystal. You look at this, you also have a lot of irises that are reflecting out. Wow, this is just stunning. Stunning. And extremely desirable in the quartz collector's field, because when you look at this quartz and compare it to other quartz crystals found in the United States, it is, you look at it for those that are in the know and you say, well, that's not from here. You know, that's not from the U.S., that's from somewhere else, because it is based on the formation, unlike most other type of deposits that we have in the United States for quartz. Look at these. See these other inclusions? Look at that iris on that one. That is beautiful, showing the entire prism range. Very, very cool. And then look at that. That was other little chlorites. And then look at these. Okay. Then we talk about microcrystals. That's what we have. It looks like right here. Oh, there is. Dave, is there any way you can zoom in right here? But there we go. There we go. Ask and you shall receive. Look at these microcrystals. Yeah. That's beautiful. That, I don't think I pointed. And look at, see the chlorite? And look at the red, hematite. We have hematite in this as well. I have not discovered that. It took that higher magnification. Look at those. Look at those hematite crystals, or formations in there. But it is these micro quartz crystals, this entire cluster, that is really, really attractive. Wow. Yeah, I am finding things in here that I didn't really see before. And that's why something like this, you get the magnification and you just start exploring. Look it down in there. Wow. Yeah, so, and white, just white, clear white quartz. No other colors except for what the inclusions bring. And then here's the back of it. So it looks like they got lucky in removing it from where it might have been attached. I don't know. Look at that. Look at all those other crystals. Wow. Wow. That's kind of interesting. That looks so clear and white. It looks like, well, I wouldn't say ice, because ice isn't that clear and white. That is another growth. I'm not sure if this came off the wall, then how would you have those crystals grow like that? So that kind of blows the theory of that being where it was attached to. So it looks like maybe it was attached to this portion right across there. Because remember, I mean, these things have to be attached to a wall unless that you have a floater, which usually occurs more with single crystals that actually form floating around in the fluid by themselves, not attached to anything, which, you know, can occur with a lot of different minerals. All right, so here we go. This is going to end up already, it's already below what I had paid for it, but sale is a sale. It was $88. I am marking this down to $68. If you collect quartz, to have this from the Medan Orfield in a place as exotic and unusual as Bulgaria, you would have to have it to add to your collection. And to get it at that price opportunity is far below what I paid for it. So, but you know, it's time. It's time to let someone else have an opportunity at it. Okay, here is a jewel, and I'm talking about. I don't even know what this material is selling for nowadays, but it is your chance to get in. If you are a collector of rarities and don't have it, you need it. 724817. 724817. Now, let me get this out because it is a soft stone. Very soft. Very few cutters can even work with stones this soft, and it is from a relatively new deposit of a color that was never discovered before and is only found in one magical place, it seems. Kia Sophia. Where is that from? Well, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing the name, but I can say Pakistan. Look at this. Unbelievable.
I have something else.
You have what?
I have something else.
Oh, yeah. Let's go with 724.
That would be color change.
724-817. Look at how incredible. Now that actual color is the actual color you are seeing. Now I don't know exactly what you're seeing at home, but if it's this bright neon, let's use that word neon, one overused word, but in this case, I think I can use it. One incredible neon yellow that is just blinding. And okay, with brucite, that's about as clean for clarity as you can get. In other words, it's never going to be crystal clear like a piece of faceted quartz or something like that. It's always more of a rose quartz and then some for inclusions. And so this is a large stone. It's one I have had since the early days, and really should be one to just hang on to. Look at that. Wow. Wow. And its chemical composition is fairly simple, but the hardness is only 2.5 to 3. And it's a magnesium hydroxide, basically. So, yeah. Can you believe magnesium is in there? And it's yellow, and it looks like that. 6.20 carat. I have offered this. Its original price was, quite a bit. So if you don't have one, if you want to pick up a really rare stone at an amazing, amazing opportunity, here's your chance. And the price I'm going to offer it at does not reflect what the current market is on these. It's just the fact that Shawn's ready to raise some money, and you're going to be the one to get the advantage of it only if you have to make the purchase, because I cannot make it any less than this last one-time opportunity, which is really ridiculous, and I'm going to feel very regretful to offer it for $98. $98. My original price on this was actually $310, which actually reflects the true value of it, which is like $50 a carat for that size, in that color, and that particular clarity on this particular stone. It is well worth it. So to get it for $98, I cannot tell you how much I recommend someone, if you have it to spare, grab that stone. If you already have one and even paid more for it, well, in stock market they call it cost averaging down, and that's what you could do with purchasing this at a price so far below the market or what the other one you might have paid for. So yeah, overall average down, and then you have a secondary stone. So, and if it's a better quality than the first one you have, then you end up, you can offload the other one, sell the other one, trade the other one, do something with the other one, or let this particular one be the one you keep for your personal collection. I don't know. I just always look at things in all kinds of different ways as far as, I guess, the triage of collecting at what, how you line up your priorities as far as what you want to keep in what order and those kind of things. I guess after 50 years of doing this, I've gone through a lot of different modes and stages. And if you guys notice, as I have said to you in the years past, we've been doing this 250 plus shows now, and I have not purchased one single item in over 5 years. So we have 5 years. It was over 4,000 items I think I've sold so far, and every single one of these have come from either our personal collection or our inventory. Think about that. Think about that. Think about how much we must have, and why at 61, I'm just sharing some of my collection with all of you. And that's why also I have no idea of really pricing. I have no concept of what something might have cost me. When you're going back decades, you can't even keep up. I don't, you know. And I didn't keep up with the price because I bought it, had it, owned it for my own personal collection. So it's just one of those things. And so anyway, yeah, needless to say, I am glad that I know where my items are going. That's probably the only thing that's really helping me share this collection, is because it's with going to all of you. 936-620. 936-620. And some of these items, when I open them, it's like, well, let's see what this is. I have no idea actually what this is. I'm opening up, but we're going to look at it together and see what we have. So it says phantom quartz, 3 stones, and there is. Okay, yep, there's everything here that needs to be. And wow, oh, this goes back to this time frame. Okay, look at this. All right, so we have, that's the label, and the first one, boom. And I tell you what, this is another one of those deals if you want in. And they have little boxes even. At least you can also take the labels out. So we'll get to that in a minute as I unwrap these other 2. So this is a collection of 3 pieces. We haven't gotten these out in a long time. 3 pieces of the orange Brazilian phantom quartz and orange quartz, or also known as tangerine quartz, orange phantom quartz. All right, so look at this. Now, you have a completely different look with this, but all of the orange does relate to, as we just saw in that Bulgarian quartz specimen, relates to hematite. Hematite. Now, it is, this is a complete different look, but some beautiful, as we come in closer to like this crystal, this is really well formed and really shows the hematite off well. And yeah, there we go. As we look at the different angles, you can see exactly how and where the hematite has formed. And then you can also potentially look for phantoms in it. But look at how red that is. That is really gorgeous. And then you have one like this, a little less hematite, but still unique and beautiful in its own right. And really interesting to see how orange some of it can be. And then this one with crystals on top of crystals. Look at that. I think that's neat. And then look at that. That is like water clear. And almost, yeah, it's almost really kind of double-sided. You have crystals on the back there as well. Look at these other crystals. This one could be explored definitely with magnification. Oh, look at that. Wow, that's different. Okay, so all 3 pieces. Let's see, we have one label there. And then we have one label with a box and then just another box. All right, all that time. Okay, 3 pieces, sale price now. How about all 3 of them? All 3, big time markdown. $18. $18. And originally, $44. So huge opportunity there. Now, let's see what we have next. Okay, so this sticks with the same kind of topic. 969-220. 969-220. And let's see what we get, because it says Tangerine Quartz. So this is just as wow, look at that. Dave, this is one Dave will get. See, this Dave gets my crumbs when he cleans up after me. And look at that. That one I'm going to leave behind for him. There you go, Dave. You know what you're going to be. You know already what's coming for your all your hard work. I'm sure he's going to throw something at me in a minute. Now let me see the rest of this. Okay. Let's see what we have. And it is a wonderful, look at this. Okay, so it is a much bigger version of Tangerine Quartz. How pretty is that? Wow. Wow. That is a looker. That is a real looker. It's very showy. Look at that. Now, how many of you have a tangerine quartz? Look at how big that is. One that pretty, that big. As we come in close on this, let me see. So it's Brazilian. We have hematite, and let's see, is the hematite internal or external? Sometimes it's just on the outside surface, and this looks to be on the interior. In other words, within the crystal. Wow, look at that. More so than just out. I'm sure there's some of both, as I can see that here. But wow, with the little microcrystals, there is all kinds of things to explore on this piece. Look at. And with a crystal that large, this one, you guys must have missed this when I showed this years ago. Because that really displays well. There we go. I like it like that, only because I would like that showing. So that's a really attractive angle, I think, right there. Making a mess. I'll have to clean up here in just a moment. But, all right. Let me see. I will probably, at the original price compared to what I'm selling for, wow. You guys are going to be killing me here on opportunities, but this is all about you, all about all of you, and being so caring and just so wonderful that I wish there was more I could do individually for all of you, but the only thing I can do is to make items that you want really badly. And I hate it when you can't get something, but it's also a compliment to what I'm offering when someone has a list and they only can get one of the items because all the other items have sold on it. So I just wish I had enough to make everybody happy. All right, here we go. Ready? Big markdown on this to a price of only, and I know it's going to sell, or if not, then I have not taught all of you well enough about what to look for. Let's see. Make sure I get the item number right. No, this one was not the right item number because I want to make sure. Okay, here it is. All right. Shawn is. Here it is. Okay. I was going to say, I thought the price. All right, yeah, all right, okay, yeah, okay. My original price on this was $78. That reflects the real actual, what should be the value of it. When I'm going to tell you now, $28, okay? $28, final price, never going to get less than that. I will take it home and enjoy it once again at anything less than that. But the idea is for me to sell it, and so at $28, I think that ought to do it, don't you? I think there'll be a couple people that are wanting. If not, then I have gone wrong somewhere. Where have I gone wrong? Look at that, for $28? Okay, I got to take a break on that one. I'll be right back. All right, here is, I don't know, might be the deal of the show. Amethyst, Citrine, Garnet, sterling silver. This was one that, I don't know, had from some time ago, back during doing other shows. Look at the garnet. I mean, nice. All right, anyway, price is, where's my price? All right, I don't know what I did with, here it is, $12. And it's not really $12. It's really quite a bit more. That's the sale price, $12. Look at that solid sterling silver back. And a nice big bale. That will take pretty much any chain that you want to put on it, and has, you know, I just like the layout. It almost, or if not, it is a, kind of looks like a music note. Not that I know much about music notes. I remember a music class in parochial school, though. And at one time, she made us learn all those different little meanings of the different little notes things. And that was, for me, in one ear, out the other. I was already messing around with rocks and minerals at the time. What did I need to know about music notes, right? $12. Okay, here's the next item, and this is one to get going into the holidays. This is item 681317. I think it's about the time of year I show it. This is a little early, actually, to show it. Whoops, got the wrong thing. And it comes with a little instruction. All right, here's Fred's. If you always wanted a Fred and haven't gotten one yet, of course, Fred is the nickname that Raven calls all of her little trilobites. She's got in the guest bathroom, which is like just a single little bathroom that you have in your, you know, downstairs, whatever. And she has across from it a entire, and that's where how many rocks and minerals we have. They're everywhere, okay? They're everywhere. So it is on all three levels of the little shelf display she has, there's different rocks and minerals. On one level of the shelf in the bathroom is nothing but Fred's, nothing but her trilobite collection. Missing one. And these are truly actually on the original fossil material and have been prepared amazingly well, and with trilobites coming from, you know, the Devonian area. They had eyes, all right? They are related, and let me show you. That's just an example of two of them. I have a total of 9. We're down to 9. All right, so it comes with this neat information thing as well. Prehistoric, and look at, here's the neat thing, where they were one of the first living creatures to develop compound eyes, which gave them 180-degree vision. Over 20,000 species of trilobites. Of course, it's not current, but at the time, 20,000. So look at the diversity. See how old they are? Devonian. We were just talking about the Devonian period. Specimen found in Morocco. Okay, 20,000 species of trilobite 400 million years ago. So the diversity of life was amazing even then. Okay, look at this. Related to the horseshoe crab. Yes, absolutely. They still look very much like a horseshoe crab. So here's an example of two of them. They come with a, some, you know, non-precious metal bale. But boy, they are anchored and they're there to stay. So you can see roughly they're an inch or so with info. Really, really nice quality. They even, look at, you can even see on the head, and as we zoom in, you can look, you can see the little indentions on whatever part of the head that is, and you can almost see the compound eye effect, like a fly has. Couple of cute little Freds there. Get as many as you want. I've had these for years, and I keep marking them down, and I keep selling down. I keep crossing out the quantity, but we had a lot to start with. But once they're gone, I will never be able to get any more of them, and there'll be a lot more. Original price when I first started selling these, which was actually like 5 years ago, there was $38. Down to $16 each. $16 each. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful gift to give anybody. You can put them on a charm bracelet. You can, you know, at that kind of money, how fun. Give them so someone can hang them from, you know, wherever. They're just very multifunctional, and they're really nice quality, and with the information, and to have something and give something that is 400 million years old, that's always neat. So since we had been talking about trilobites and about Freds, I thought I would offer those again and give you another shot since the quantity is going down. And of course, how perfect they are with a little leather cord or something for a child or for an adult even as much. So yeah, $16. Can't go wrong. Now, I'm going to get to the big items I forgot that were behind me, which was part of the whole idea. So we're going to do the rest of the show on some of these bigger items. 107, 29, 22. 107, 29, 22. I am half pricing this next item. Half price as to what it was before. Look at the size of that. Wow. That is what you call a cabinet quality size specimen. And wow, stunning. Actually, look at that, calcite, calcite. Beautiful, beautiful calcite in one of its other habits, in other words, type form for crystals. And of course, from Reynolds County, Missouri, producing amazing, amazing mineral specimens of all kinds. And calcites happen to be a specialty of the area. You know what? I did not get up and go to the closet with this one, so I wonder about its fluorescence. Oh, let me show you. See this layering? That's classic. That's classic for that area. And here is basically a chert, which is a quartz and can be made into, let me see this, yeah. Well, it's related to flint. So it was one of the materials that could also be used by the original tribal Native Americans. And there's actually, going through Ohio and through Missouri and through, even think about this, the name Flint, Michigan. So there's a chert or flint belt that runs through that part of the country, and you wouldn't think so because it's like not mountainous or anything. But yeah, chert is kind of formed in a different way, and one of the quartz family members. Here, price, ready, set. You should love it. Here, you know what? I'm going to make it even less than I thought. Let's make this only $58. That makes it more than 50% off the price that I had it at. Only $58. And it, if you have a calcite collection, it would be a great addition to other calcites without breaking the bank. Now, it's nothing like that porcupine specimen that I had that Miss Barber got, but it is certainly unique and different in its own way. And if you like specimens of a large that really show up well, then that one would work great for that reason as well. Okay, this was the one I wanted to grab back here because we talk about this, and this specimen is perfect for 107 22 22. 107 22 22. And let me show you. So we talk about this mineral all the time. All the time. And we talk about it in conjunction with pyrite and other minerals. Or in a case like this, this is beautiful, beautiful natural Missouri chalcopyrite and dolomite. This is one of my own personal specimens that I had kept. It is with what is called a Salicious Limestone. Kind of a funny word, or a silica limestone. That might make a little more sense to you by way of the word itself. And this is from the Sweetwater mine, the very well-known mine where the viburnum trend is. All right, so, oh yeah, look at this. Okay, now, the difference between, remember how you tell between pyrite and chalcopyrite. Chalcopyrite, of course, has copper, which allows it to be able to oxidize much more readily. So what you're seeing is oxidation, natural oxidation of, in this case, natural. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's kind of heartbreaking to say, but yes, they apply an acid and heat this material up to the chalcopyrites in certain situations and produce some of those colors that it may not have, because people think that you want those blues and purples and you want them to be man-made. Well, we all know better. None of us want that. We want how it came out of the ground. At least that's the way I feel. Okay, so the other way to tell is pyrite doesn't often have this kind of oxidation. These colors are more not the blues and the purples, even though those can form naturally You can, when you see them like this, then you really know they're natural. The other way you can tell is by the crystal formation. You will see cubes in the isometric crystal system that pyrite belongs to. Add copper to it, totally different crystal system. You will find triangles, more of triangle type shapes in the tetragonal formation that chalcopyrite forms in. So a totally different crystal shape you'll find, and I think it's obvious in this piece. So when you find anything that looks like little triangles, like let's point to that one right there, there you go, then you know. And actually, let me get my pointer, and Dave usually will find these for me easy enough. He's found a couple right here in this one spot. So let's see, let me find where that is by, where did, where are you, Dave? Okay, thank you. There we go. All right, go right back here. There's a triangle right there. See that one? There's a triangle right there. There's a, I saw another one right over here. That's when you see those, there's another triangle shape there. And once you start getting to look for them, then you know you spot them and you'll see them all over the place. So you know you have chalcopyrite. Now, look at behind them. What this is sitting on is dolomite. Dolomite, which can look very similar and often is confused with calcite, but with checking fluorescence, checking hardness, and checking often crystal shape can help you with that well. Very nice, heavy type of limestone with a heavy percentage of silica. And you can see it's kind of blended. Some of this is kind of quartzite as well, so you have a mix. But in all these little pockets, look it down. Oh, what is, oh, look at that. Okay, so I don't really want to. That's either, it looks like, do I have a note on it? Anyway, I can't believe I didn't notate that. But I have a feeling that that's graphite. And since, oh, this is on the bottom. So let me do a hardness test right here before your very eyes. And we can see if it's graphite or if it's galena. And it seems like it is galena, the lead ore that we just learned and studied about. So that would make a lot of sense because that mine is also known for galena. You also have, look at in all these little pockets, the potential for additional crystallization. And in this one, look at that. Look at those hidden crystals back there. So yeah, wow. No telling what else you might find. There's a lot of other things in that mine that can be found. So you have pyrites in there. I see dolomites. No telling. No telling. It's for you to explore. There is, of course, this other. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. All right. That gives you the opportunity to actually put a light in there. All right. So this one, big one, for sale. For sale. Oh, yeah, on my note here, see, if I would only look at my notes. You know what? I'm glad that I can determine what something is twice and it be the same thing. That kind of, if I said right now that it was graphite, then looked at my notes, which would have been more accurate because I would have had time at home to do a full study of it, and it'd say galena, I'd be a little embarrassed right now. But luckily, doing just my field test, and you know what really told me? It told me, what told me it was galena, the lead ore, over anything else was galena being a lead ore. When you rub something like that across it, it will stick because the lead, basically, if you know or ever felt anything lead, imagine it, taking something over it because it's soft, metallic soft. It actually grabs. It'll kind of stick. Graphite, as a hardness of 1, I would have been gouging it out for one thing. And the other thing is, graphite, the tweezers or whatever you may use would slide right across it, leaving a defined scratch mark, but would slide very easily. With galena, lead, being a lead ore and almost pure lead, it sticks. You can feel it, and you can feel that stick as you go across it. So that's a really good way to field test like that, and I'm glad it worked for me. Because I have over here, which I didn't even look at on my note on it, in big words, with Galena. All right, price marked down. How about this amazing, amazing specimen for a huge discount of $58 to only $58. Same price as the calcite. Wow. That's an opportunity. Now, turning behind me, let me see. Here, this was another one. This was the stunning, stunning specimen. It is item 930419. 930419. Now, this is one that I think Miss Ursula got the big version of, but maybe she wants to, or maybe someone else wants to get one. Look at this. This is stunning German barite. This is from the Dressler mine, and it is a very desirable location for a specimen like this, and it is rare. These German barite specimens are very rare. I have that even notated in the description label that I, of course, create with everything. It also has quartz and chalcopyrite, so a perfect segue into this one from the chalcopyrite specimen into this piece from my own collection. Now, as we look at this, this formation is really unique, and you can see not only does it have a wonderful pinkish tone to it, but talk about triangular chalcopyrites. Yeah, if someone ever mistaken this one for pyrite, they need to go back to school, because this is undeniably easy to be able to tell what is what simply by all the, I think every pyrite on here, it seems, is triangular. Now, look at the barites. Now, you have seen blue barites that I've offered. You have seen barites in so many, okay, the barite and vanadinites that are bladed. You have seen the blue barites that have a different form altogether of their own. Well, in this barite, they are really a completely different habit or shape as well. They almost look a little bit triangular. They're somewhat bladed, but I like the evenness of the size of them all. And look at how evenly distributed the chalcopyrite is. It's almost just scattered perfectly even until you round the corner. Then look at this. All right, you get a better view. Some of the barites are a little bit bigger. You get an idea of the shape of them. You can see incredible chalcopyrites on this. And so let's turn it around, meaning, oh, I don't know which side is better. Look at this. This is, and look at this. It actually has little, this is an old estate piece, of course, because that mine, yeah, that mine's an old mine. Look at the little felt pad someone put on this specimen. Probably had it somewhere important in their home and wanted to protect that fine piece of furniture. I wouldn't doubt it, because these specimens are very, very rare and collectible from this location. So you have quartz, and then here you also, it looks like there is a chert type of formation as well. And in that, it's almost kind of oddly imposed in there, kind of like it's a crystal, but cherts inert. It doesn't really form a crystal. And then there's quartz as well, which you can see. Not only is it in there, but I'm not wondering if there's not quartz amongst the rest of this as well. As I look about this, there could be. I just don't have. Ooh, what's that right there? Look at that. What is that? See, that's something different. I bet that is maybe a Sphalerite. How fun is that? I have not spotted that before. And that's what I'm saying. When you get these specimens, I mean, you got to look over them and no telling what you could find. And yes, Sphalerite will have often that triangular shape. And if I put a light on that, and if there was any translucency, transparency to it at all, then you know that it's going to be most likely a Sphalerite and just not a very oxidized chalcopyrite. Now, I am not going to do that right now and take the fun away from whoever gets this, because that is a huge extra bonus and something I did not find if you get a translucency to it. And look at all this. Look, there is so much to explore. What is that on this piece? That you could spend some serious time enjoying, discovering, and learning from this. All right, hold on one more second. When you see, all of a sudden starting to see right angles and straight things like that, then you think, well, potential crystal, and if it's a crystal, then you have something different or unique. And not sure. Again, check it out. It looks like some drusies on the surface. Okay, so as we come out from this, take one last spin around the block as I show you. There is a completely different look right there than this side. You have a lot going on from a very, very old location and a rare and collectible specimen that would command a good bit of money at a gem and mineral show. It really would. Yeah, it really would. Location stamp means a lot as far as value when it comes to this piece. I have already marked this down below where I should be. I'm going to put a final opportunity price on this at only $98. Only $98 on that. Look how big that is. $98 from something as rare as that. Miss Ursula, if you already have one, you should have two, because at that kind of price, you can't go wrong. At that kind of price, it is an unbelievable opportunity for you. All right. Now, let me clean up some of this dust around here on that and tuck that one away safely. I'll be right back. All right. I mean, this is, since remember, I was just a little bit ago talking about the Moroccan vanadinites and barite, right? And what barite looked like with those and bladed. Well, here we go. Segue into here, all smooth. This is, I think, the largest barite vanadinite Moroccan specimen I've ever had or offered for sale. It is really, really amazing. And when you see it and holding it in person and look at it, in so many ways, it is striking. I just noticed from a distance, right back in here, Dave, can you take me right into here? Just something curious for a moment. It was this large crystal of vanadinite, but then when I'm looking at that, I see this is vanadinite too by the crystal shape, but boy, that looked like a pink color. But look, so I saw that big color. Look at all these vanadinites of every different size. and a very, very attractive and valuable color. This gorgeous, beautiful orange. And this reminds me of when I was selling those amazing Sphalerite garnet specimens with the smoky quartz and the quality of the garnets. Look at this. Look at this. How beautiful. Look everywhere. Vanadinite. Now, here's your barite. And this orange probably is like a barite coating. And then this goethite. Here's the dark, the black, your iron oxide. And you have the vanadinites on top of that, offering a great contrast as we come along the edge. Look at this. You have a color difference. You have some goethite. Then you have some botryoidal formation of something as yet to be determined. Maybe some white calcite back there. So, okay, now, as we come away from the specimen, let me show you where we're at on this, all right? So here's where we just were. As we turning this back, look at this. Now, as we start turning this up, look at this side. Now we'll go in a little closer and show you all the goodies on this side. Look at how the color variation, that's aesthetically really attractive. There are minerals on here yet to be determined. I'm wondering what these botryoidal formation are. And how you would do it is you would go to like Mindat and look up, because this is, I have the exact mine. Maybe it is aragonite that I have done a little work for you already, I see. And oh my, okay, what do we have here in these blades? Here is right here. Wow, okay. So I've done some of the work for you, because here it looks like the aragonite. Wow. Wow, what an extra bonus that is. Aragonite forms in a lot of different shapes though. So that would take some additional investigation on your part. So what you would do is, I have the mine. This was from, so it's from the Cours de Workings. That's the name, French word, in Morocco. So you would go to Mindat, you look up vanadinite, go to Morocco, type in, because it's in the description, the mine or the minerals that you're looking for. It'll pull up the associated minerals with it that you can find with it, and you just start looking to see what matches. Okay, as I turn this around, this is the other opposite side. Look at the quality, look at the sparkle. This piece is covered from one end to the other with one beautiful mineral or another. These go for a lot of money. This is a huge cabinet quality specimen. Look at the very end of it, even has additional formations on it. You know, then I see things like these unusual colors like that. And then look at this bright white. I mean, that's almost blinding there. So that could be some of the aragonite. Let's look back at this opposite end. Wow, more crystals. Now as we come away, I'm going to give you a 360-degree spin, because that's what this specimen is. And we'll show you the whole piece. Now, I'm just going to spin this around, and you can see that every side of this has a story to tell. And as I'm holding this, all the crystals aren't falling off. It's not crumbly. Some of these can be, but this one, very stable. And so look at everything you have to look at. But it has a great display side, or choices of a display side that you want. And that really strong orange color to the vanadinite is so attractive, and it sits on its own and in many different angles. I kind of like that, but I think I kind of like this. I like showing off a little bit of everything. I don't know. It'll leave it up to you. You could change it every week and have a different view of it each week. Barite is heavy, as well as the goethite and whatever else that might be in there. I think I like that angle. That's a neat angle. Anyway, I have never offered this for any less than the original price of $288. And right there, I'm going to show you, never been marked out, never crossed out, $288. I think I've only showed this one time, and then I put it up. We often have it back behind us, but again, this one was a specimen that I liked, that I found real attractive, and one that I could get lost in by way of exploring. Let me see, 1052622. Yeah, that's the one. Interesting. Okay, so here we go. Big sale price. I don't want to have to show it again, and you know, mostly I'd like to keep it, but to sell it is what I need to do. So let's do this. Let's take a whole entire $100 off, $188, and that is an exceptional value. An exceptional value for a specimen of that size and quality. It really is. So if someone wants something big, large, showy, and excellent value, that's the one. 105-2422. Now, this, I should do it right under the desk here since it's a little dark, and actually I'm going to do this and see if it works with this. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I normally always supposed to repeat it twice. I didn't. I got excited about trying to make 105-2422. 105-2422. Okay. Yep. I'll show it to you. Here's the info.
Go ahead and show it.
Okay. All right. So here is a really beautiful specimen of Sphalerite, since we were talking about Sphalerite. Remember zinc sulfide? Let me clean off this a little bit here. And this is from a very desirable location, brownish orange, Indiana. Sphalerite, rare location. It's from my personal collection, and it is from the Delphi Quarry. The Delphi Quarry in Indiana. Talk about an unusual locality. It is brownish orange. It is from a rare location. It's a rare piece. It is a crystal. It is 33 grams, and it is 1.5 by 1 inches. And the Delphi Quarry, as in the Greek Delphi Quarry, Quarrry, and the color is a brownish orange. It's difficult to see that color, but here is the neat thing about Sphalerite that I was just going to check underneath is often it can be thermoluminescent, or also if you take something and rub it against it, well, basically the wintergreen lifesaver effect. When you chomp on them, they create sparks. And often you can find Sphalerite that will have that same effect. Here's the interesting thing. Look at this type of crystallization. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of on that barite specimen, did you happen to notice that it had these linear patterns coming away in a triangular formation just like that? That's what made me think also that that other crystal on that German piece was a sphalerite. So another way to test it. All right, let's see here the kind of translucency that this has. You can see right into that. There we go. Look at that. See, something that you appeared completely dark and opaque isn't at all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the orange colors. That's reminiscent of some of that the Spanish sphalerites that they facet stones out of. When you have sphalerite this size and then it is this type of translucency, look at that. It greatly adds value. Adds a lot of value. And this one will pass light through it. As you know, the stronger the light, the further it will travel into it. And you can see, even looking at it right here, look at that. That is very close to facet grade quality. And until it's polished, you really can't tell until you polish a window into it. There are many of those Spanish sphalerites. It's known to be, of course, very included. It's not standardly even used as a gemstone, but when it is those kind of colors, or the ruby jack colors, or that beautiful greenish yellow colors from the Peruvian material, yeah, absolutely. Whoever got that Peruvian specimen with the greenish yellow, those were definitely facet grade quality for sphalerite. Thank you, sir. I can look at that. You know, this would be difficult to not want to cut into it as a cutter. But it is such a rare location and such a wonderful formation. You know, I didn't get a chance. I'm not going to check it for a spark, for the spark effect. I'm going to leave that to whoever is lucky enough to get it. It's from an incredible, rare locality. Take advantage of it. I've only shown that one time, but I am going to offer that now at a sale price of only $44. $44. And that is, the quarry only produces sphalerite, calcite, dolomite, and chalcedony. That's all that the quarry produces. So sphalerite is a important item at that quarry, and I don't even think that not even sure if the quarry is still even in production. So that's a real beauty. I have a rossicite back here I was going to show, but I may want to feature, because I don't know. This is tough. Whether I keep this one, I tell you what, I'll show it one more time, and then after that, this one, which is the nicest one of them all, we're going to keep. Item 106, 7722. 106, 7722. And let me show you what I'm referring to. Oh, this stuff is so pretty. It is one of the prettiest colors of a metallic ore material there is. Look at that. Look at that. There is so much going on this piece. It's okay. So, believe it or not, remember in the last show, I showed an incredible world-class piece of declorzite. Well, this, believe it or not, Conor Calcite belongs to the declorzite group. The chemical formula of this, it's basically a calcium copper arsenate. So it is found in the Gold Hill mine, which was closed in 1945. So at the end of World War II, they closed the mine. 110 different minerals were found in this mine. 110. That's a lot. Remember the mine I just told you about? The Delphi quarry? What was there? Only 4 different minerals were found there? Well, how about a mine that has 110? The Greek word, konos for powder, calcos for copper, copper powder. You can see why it would be called that because of the fineness. Conor Calcite really is kind of always like kind of a druzy form like you see there. In 1945, the ores were exhausted, so they closed the mine. Now, since then, you have specimen collectors that have been allowed in to get some of this. Now, this piece, there has garnet, pyrite, chrysocola, and calcite on it for the easy ones to find. Relatively easy. So this is a wonderful crystal grouping. Look at this. These are crystals right here. Now, let me just point out, these I believe are some of the calcites. You have, here's quartz, then you see the bright green is your Conor Calcite. See this bluish green and these little material right here, the little botryoidal formation right there? That's where you're getting into your Chrysocola. And as you look at this, this is probably cuprite, a copper ore, of course, because remember, this is a copper mineral. You're going to have all kinds of other different copper minerals. Copper forms with a lot of other items. So there is a potential, well, I can assure you, there's additional minerals other than what I just mentioned on this piece. Look at all the little openings are going to have the opportunity for additional minerals to form in it. This all the way around. Here you go. Guess what all that is? That is your garnet. Yes, these are all garnets. Isn't that cool? I thought that was something I did not expect. And then here, oh yeah, remember this? This was, I couldn't believe somebody didn't get it. This was, okay, I just listed it as pyrite, but Gold Hill Mine, go with the name. Needless to say, gold was discovered, and I tell you what, if you've ever seen gold in quartz matrix, it looks exactly like that. It looks exactly like that. Could that be gold? There's every absolute chance that that could be gold. Yeah. You have a lot of other metallic ores in this, potential for malachite as well. And if something like garnet can form, there's that allows there to be a lot of other opportunities for additional minerals. Look at this. This is a whole other side to it. So this specimen displays so attractively. It would be one of those. This is one I actually cut the base off myself. And so in cutting through it, you can see, that's the bottom, in cutting through it, this is a cross section, and you can see just how much other little pockets. Look at these. These are pockets I hit sawing through it. And in every one of these little pockets, there's mineralization. So, unfortunately, when they mine like this, they take this material that they mine and they just run it all through a crusher, and then they just process it as a whole. So could you imagine the incredible specimens that were destroyed? Look at this. I mean, this is all these pockets. There was, and that's the same thing. There's going to be so many diamonds in the history of diamond mining that were just broken up in the crusher. But they had no better technology. Now they have some of the most fancy technology for diamond mining to recover large diamonds, colored diamonds, this other whole new technique of mining. But you can see the different colors of the green. All the different colors are going to be slightly different mineralizations. In most cases, will be minerals with different names applied to them. And but any of the blue greens you have are going to be some chrysocolla, most likely. Up here, look at this. This almost looks like a silver, or one of the silver ores. Oh yeah, see, that's back to where the potential gold or pyrite is. So anyway, this specimen, I love it. I'm going to put it on sale, though, as I got to do what I got to do. So let's do this. Let's make it something that it'll just be gone and I won't have to worry about it again at only $44. $44 on that. Its original opportunity price was $88. So that's a 50% off sale indeed. So that Sphalerite, oh, I really wanted to put that on the table and strike it and see if it sparkles like a wintergreen lifesaver in your mouth. But I'll save it. I'll save the unknown for somebody else to discover, because that's part of the fun. All right, now, let me see here. This one was another one of the surprises that no one took advantage of. 107 6222. 107 6222. And this is a real looker. Look at these. Look at that green. Isn't that neat, the difference in all the greens? Now, this is rosacite. Rosacite is a copper zinc carbonate. Okay, so you have your regular zinc carbonate. We haven't talked about too much, but that is smithsonite. Okay, so that's your regular zinc silicate is hemimorphite. Zinc carbonate is smithsonite. Your copper carbonate, of course, is malachite. So on this specimen, you actually have rosacite, malachite, chalcopyrite, and ferrous dolomite. It was named in 1908 by Domenico Luisato, named for the Rosas mine in Sardinia, Italy, which is a big island off of Italy, and the Rosas mine. Isn't that cool? There's a mine on an island like that. Geology is everywhere, remember? Wherever there's a land and a rock, there is geology. And where there's geology, there is cool mineral specimens to be found. And this is from the Boubeker deposit and mine in Morocco. And it is quite valuable. The same crystal system, monoclinic, that it forms in, whether it's malachite or rosacite. The difference being malachite is a copper carbonate, everything being the same. The only difference is with rosacite is the addition of zinc. And that's why the two can look so similar and be difficult to really tell the difference. Now, let's look at this. This has one of the coolest finishes to it, and it's completely covered in a layer of selenite, a crystal clear glass layer. And that's all this clear sparkle you see. Look at all this. That is all covered in selenite, which is a type of gypsum. Amazing. It kind of like protects everything from oxidation and other items. So let's start with the base, this brownish ferrous color, this iron color, that is dolomite. And you can see the dolomite crystals, but it has it's called ferrous dolomite. And that's why it is, okay, think about the dolomite that is behind the chalcopyrite on the specimens that I showed you from Missouri. The dolomite was a off-white color. Can you picture that? In a monoclinic form, in other words, kind of a parallelogram crystal form. All right, this dolomite, completely different color. Where does it get the iron to transform into this rust color? Well, you only have to travel right amongst the rosacite to be able to find what's causing it. It is these darker areas covered in selenite. They are chalcopyrite. That is your chalcopyrite. Chalcopyrite, as you know, is iron with copper sulfide. So it has iron in it, and it is the chalcopyrite that is, well, sharing its iron with the formation of the dolomite here. All this is chalcopyrite underneath this. And that's where the iron comes from to stain the dolomite, the rust color that it is. Now, rosacite and malachite. What is what? Well, that's going to be up to you to tell the difference, but I'm going to point out, I guess, one of the ways you can tell to some degree. Rosacite can be any color. Malachite isn't. Malachite is a steady green, like this color green, these colors green, not blue-green. We've never seen a malachite that's been blue-green, have we? With all the malachite we've seen, none of it has ever been. It's been dark green, it's been lighter green, it's always, though, green. Never blue-green at all. We see blue-green here. Blue-green, blue-green, blue-green mixed amongst all this. That's, you know, is your rosacite. But your rosacite can be the same color as the malachite, but malachite can't be the color of rosacite. So if you want to point out something that's positively rosacite, pick out one that's blue-green color. But again, it's not definitive as to when the ones that are green to be able to say that they're malachite for sure, because they can be rosacite, can be that color. But malachite can't be the color that rosacite can be. Now, you can see over here, again, you see that reflection coming off. That is a layer of selenite over it all. There are, I'm sure most likely barite mixed in with here. You see other metallic ores here. Could be a combination of galena. A little research on your part could help maybe determine what some of them are. But look at these. You have crystals all over this piece, and minerals yet still to be identified. There's probably, it looks like maybe some barite or maybe just some dolomite in here also. This is one of the specimens. If you go and you look this up, like if you're trying to find a specimen on the internet and you look up rosacite, the pricing is crazy. And you get a couple few dots of rosacite on a specimen like this from the same location. I have never been so disappointed, and yet the pricing was outrageous. The specimens I have sold of rosacite are some of the finest I have seen. Okay, Mindat, you know, the big site that all the real mineral collectors really use for a reference. This particular specimen, even this one, even the one I sold, the other one I sold, far better quality than any of the rosacite specimen on this informational site that people post up, the better quality specimens for the type that they are. If that was the case, this one and the other one I sold, and the other one I sold. Far, far better quality than anything else on there. And go look and see it for yourself. Then you can actually, they don't have and sell them from the site, but you can go to the site of the people that posted it, and they have and trace down the retail sales. Here's the one thing: I am not worried at all by any price of anything that you could find on your own, going to any other of the other places you'll find. I've already done that. And what I offer for the price I offer it for is so far below the market on these things that I just say, wow, I'm a bad businessman because I am not charging enough. But it doesn't matter. It is what it is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all that. All right, so I challenge you. Go out and see what you can find. This piece was an amazing value at $148. I am going to put the sale price on it now and make it only $118. That is a exceptional value for the money on this. And like I said, I have no fear of competition. That's it. Yeah, no fear of competition. But I don't think I have to tell you guys that. I think you already know it, and that's why you're watching this show as you are. Now, let's see. Oh, our clock is running out on us. Wow. Okay. Well, with that said, let me find a last item of the show here, I think. I think we are at that point. Too much fun makes the time go too fast when you're doing what you love to do. Okay, so we've been talking about barite. I wonder if, hold on. You know what? Malachite pseudomorphs. You guys should have bought every one I had, because now I'm not so inclined to even offer any of them, because you guys aren't taking advantage of them, and they're such a value. So let's look at item number 10. Let me see if I can read this. 108272, maybe? The 8s and the 6 here are difficult for me to see. So, yep, that's right. 1082722. Okay, wait. No, I'm sorry. 1062722. Yep, sorry about that. All right. Here we have. So now you've already seen how many other barites. Well, let me show you one more. And this is a little beauty, because it also is from a unique locality. This is from the Moscona mine from the 1980s, the Asturias Moscona mine. Now, this is where also beautiful fluorites have come from there. Look at this. Look at these barites. And then let's see what else is here. As we go in on this, look at the beautiful blue color. And let's turn this around and look at those colors. There is also, so let's see, let's get the information up there. What did I say? 1062722? Yeah, 1062722. There we go. Okay, dogtooth calcite I have listed on here as well. And where might that be? I haven't seen one yet, but what is right there? Could it be little dogtooth calcites? Might be. Oh yeah, there's one. I see the scalenohedral formation. There they are. Look at that. Look at that. See, they hide. You didn't even notice those. And that's what I'm telling you on some of these other specimens. You have to get some magnification. You got to look closely because there is so much to find that goes unnoticed. I'm wondering what the yellow is. Maybe just sawdust. Maybe not. Okay. Yeah, so other crystals to find. This piece, I had actually, when I realized just the value of this, had raised the price from my original price when I showed it and made it higher. But I am going to take it back even below from the original price I had. It was $38. I actually made it $48 because the value was there relative to what other pieces I saw were selling for. Okay, forget all that. Let's make it $28. That's why I'm a bad businessman. I raise it up, then feel bad, and then make it less than it was originally. But anyway, that is a really fantastic color and a very, look at that. Look at the shape of that. If you go and look up the crystal form, you see that? It'll show that as one of the habits of barite. Very desirable. This is a double-sided piece. I don't know where it would have even been connected to a original point of growth. I don't see any connecting point on that. It almost looks like a complete floater specimen. I mean, at $28, you'll realize just how valuable that is. And hopefully you will. Hopefully you will on everything else. All right, that's the last item of the show, unfortunately. So much more I could show, but we got in a good number of pieces to add. Every one of these sale priced well below the original value, which remember, the original price I put on these is also well below, even at that price, the market value. So when I do a sale on top of a sale for pricing, you know, that's when, you know, make your list like Miss Penny does and get as many of the items as you can. This is a really, really awesome opportunity for you. I'm going to be bringing in other items. You know, you have every price range that I've offered from lower to higher. Some of the other ones I'm going to be bringing in are going to be even really some of the high-end items. So take advantage of these price points that you see and before someone else gets them or before I just pull them from the inventory altogether if they're not sold. All right. Hope you've absorbed a lot today because we are back to doing trivia. I'll be back in a moment with the questions. Okay, so, you know, we hadn't done this in a bit. Trivia time. Are you ready? 3 questions this time. I thought about making the third one extra credit, but I think it's something you should know, so we're going to go with 3 questions. And so participate. There's no wrong answer. The only thing you're going to get wrong is all of them if you don't answer at all. So, yeah, that's part of it. And as most all of you know, there's pretty good stuff given away. If you haven't done trivia at all before, then you're going to want to participate when you see what other people win. So get in on it. We do it every show, and it doesn't necessarily cover something we've shown or talked about in the current show. Most of the time it does, but other times it may have to do with something that we've covered enough other times that you should know it, or is something that is worthwhile to ask to add to your knowledge and something that I want you to know enough to ask a question to get it wrong or learn it from others that get it right. All right, so let's go. Question number 1. Ready, set. Now, remember, notes you can use are fine. Rewinding and watching is not. So, but notes, all the notes you want to take, you can reference them and use them, and it's on the honor system. And then, since, of course, hopefully, new people have joined the show, so if you haven't participated in this before, maybe going over the rules might be rules, that's too formal. We're kind of casual about it. But anyway, what we do, if we have all the whoever has all the same answers, then we put them in a hat, so to speak, and draw a winning number, a random winner from there. So, okay, ready, set. First, what mineral does Shawn mention whose name gives away the elements it is made of? So it is the most common mineral that I always talk about, because you hear me talk about how I think that mineral names should give important type of information. Even like Rossicite, it tells you the origins of the discovery and the mine it was discovered from, the Rosas mine in Sardinia. You know, it may not tell you all of it, but at least it gives you information, as opposed to naming a mineral in honor of somebody. If they discovered it, that's fine. But if it's just in honor of someone because they're the governor of the state it was discovered in or something like that, yeah, that doesn't do anything for me for information. So what mineral does Shawn mention kind of often whose name gives away the elements it is made of? Name that mineral. Question number 2. What mineral? And this one is easy enough, and that's why you're getting a third one. What mineral creates the orange or tangerine color of quartz? And that was one we covered today and many other times past. So what mineral creates the orange or tangerine color of quartz? Question number 3. What 2 minerals, that means you have to name them both, what 2 minerals have a chemical composition identical except for one of them having the addition of zinc? What 2 minerals have a chemical composition identical except one has the addition of the element zinc? Name both those minerals. All right, that's it. I am glad that we are back on a great schedule, and I think you know where to find me. And also, don't forget, if you want a amazing additional information, first go to other shows that you can access. I was playing around there and noted that there was 44 shows that were posted that you could access. And remember, every one of those shows, the item number is a working item number. You can write it down. If it's available, it'll show up in the system when you talk to the wonderful, knowledgeable sales reps, and they can tell you if it's available. And if not, then go on to the next one that you have saved from your list of watching all those shows again. Secondly, go to the How It's Done series, which is one of the most educational things you can ever do for yourself by way of goldsmithing and silversmithing. And if you ever wondered how something is made, done, created, sized, set, cast, alloyed, etc., at the bench, you watch all 30 episodes and you will know every bit of what I just mentioned. So treat yourself, do yourself a favor, learn more than the clerk behind the counter of your mall jewelry store. I think you already know more than that. So step it up, take it to the next level. Keep watching this show. Watch all the How It's Done episodes, and wow, you will be the one that all the friends, neighbors, everybody goes to for information on gems and jewelry and minerals, rocks and fossils. With that, I bid you adieu. Thank you all for your continued support, your kind comments, and being part of this wonderful little niche community that we have created, and supporting all of us, and also on an individual basis, myself. And I can't thank you again enough for all of it, all of it. From my heart to your heart, with love and kind thoughts, prayers, and best wishes to all. Look forward to fall. Cool weather is prospecting weather. Get out there, put your foot on Mother Earth, not on the concrete. Ground yourself. That's how you do it. As Mr. Anthony says, eyes down, that's where the rocks and minerals are as well. Cheers. Take care, all of you, and see you next Monday.